War looms as Fulani reveals what will happen to the Igbos and Yorubas in the north. Professor Omar Labdo, National Secretary of the Fulani Development Association of Nigeria, Fuldan, has said that the resignation notice given to the Fulani herdsmen in the south is incorrect, and that if the attack against the nomads continue, it will lead to retaliation. In an interview with the journalist, the professor revealed this, stating that the stereotype of all Fulani people is wrong. In his words, there are criminals in all tribes. Yahoo guys are mostly Yoruba. Drug dealers are mostly Igbos. Now, if for the sake of argument, banditry or kidnapping, you are mostly among the Fulani, that doesn't mean that all Fulanis are criminals. Generalizing and stereotyping all Fulani is very wrong. When Professor Labdo was asked how crime among the Fulani can be identified, he said that fishing for criminals is not Fuldan's job. He said that the association has worked to advise and sensitize Fulani herdsmen about the current social climate in the country and has worked to advise them so that they allow themselves to reintegrate into the society. We try to advise our people. We interact, we enlighten them, and we make them understand that time have changed and that they must leave the jungle and dedicate themselves to cattle raising, he said. We told you that you are being deceived because your children do not go to school and do not drink clean water. They do not have electricity and they do not enjoy the amenities that the government provides. But fishing criminals among them is not our job. If see criminals, we will flee. How can we catch criminals? But we warn you not to mix with criminals or harbor them. If you do, you are causing problem. According to Professor Labdo, the governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, took advantage of the debacle of insecurity in the region to be a hero. He also accused the governor of issuing an unconstitutional declaration and using the headers crime narrative to gain cheap popularity. The governor, Rotimi Akeredolu, who is a senior attorney, son, was issuing a statement that she knew was contrary to our constitution. He wanted to be a hero of his people, to play gallery. He said he knew that his people were angry with the Fulani because certain criminal elements among them were causing damage to the farms. So he wanted to gain cheap popularity. Labdo then offered a solution to the herding problem, saying the government should take up the matter urgently and that the people of Fulani City are generally not happy with the idea of nomadic farming either. I think that what the government should do at all levels is to analyze the situation urgently. We Fulani are not happy that our people are moving. This is not life. It used to be, but not anymore. We want them to settle down. We want our children to go to school. We want them to enjoy life and social comfort, he said. When asked about his position on Governor Ganduje's ban on herders moving from the north to the south of the country, Labdo said he did not agree with it. If you want to prohibit them from going south, then you must also prohibit people from coming north, he said. The responsibility lies with the federal government to have the political will to stop this madness. Otherwise, it would lead us to hell, he said. Thank you for listening to this news. Professor, you have actually spoken well like a learned person. You see, the problem of Fulani crisis begin from our leaders. Begin from our leaders, starting from the state governors down to the monarchs. They are the cause of all this. From the beginning, the Fulanis, to me, they are foreigners, no matter what. They are foreigners the moment they come into another man's state. So at first, you need to sensitize them and make them know their stand, know where they belong. Make them know that, look, you guys are visitors in this land and you must behave like a visitor. Any land given to you is the land that you must pay attention to. Don't trespass. If you trespass, this is what will happen to you. Nobody did that. Nobody did that. You see that? So you don't you think that just like the enlightenment you are talking about, don't you think that these Fulanis deserve that enlightenment? Don't you think so? These people were not enlightened. They were not told. And that is why they can claim the unclaimable. That is why they can tell you that the forests in the southwest and southeast belong to them. Is that not illiteracy? Even if the constitution make us to know that the Fulanis has been existing in the forest, in Nigerian forest over 250 years, doesn't mean that they are the owner of the forest in the whole Nigeria. For what? Don't they have their own region? Don't they? And that is the reason why everyone is calling for the restructuring of that constitution, because the constitution is only out to favor the Fulanis. So please, my viewers, deem it free to leave your comment below the comment section. Click on the subscription button as well as bell button to receive more updates.